Here's my thing. Ghost stories have been around like forever. Why would everyone on Earth just lie about the existence of the paranormal?
Well, I think they're just lying to themselves. People have things that they need to cope with. Thinking like, I don't know, grandma looking over you could bring you some form of comfort.
I don't know. I feel like if I was just trying to cope, I wouldn't come up with some terrifying shit.
Well, that terrifying shit serves a sort of purpose. It keeps kids in line, adults too, and scaring people makes them obedient.
Don't you think there's any good in that, though? People being scared of some kind of, like, big punishment, pushing them to be better people.
Well, yeah, but the problem was when people blindly believe everything they see or hear. It makes them...
What's going on?
There's something.
What?
You see my point?
Okay. That wasn't that funny.
It was a little funny.
It's a little funny.
Well, anyway. Look, don't feel too bad. There's plenty of people out there in the world just like you who believe the paranormal whenever something feels a little off. What bugs me, though, is that it distracts them from what they should actually be afraid of. Other people.
Yeah, like you.
Good one. But I mean, like, there's actual scary people out there.
Wait, do you mean, like, killers?
Good one, Eli. You were born to do this.
Yeah, I know. One of us had to start the show.
True dat. Well, welcome to Whispers in the Dark, where we uncover the dark corners of humanity that the powers that be don't want you to know about.
In today's episode, it's all about a more recent case that took a small Floridian town by storm, but went unnoticed by the rest of the world. We're talking about the case of Jeffrey Woods.
Also dubbed Jeff the Killer by locals, though I've heard some people aren't too crazy about that nickname.
Jeffrey Woods was a 13-year-old boy who had just moved to a small town in Florida called Auburndale. After being bullied at his new school by the same three boys for months, it ended in tragedy with Jeff being lit on fire after attacking one of the bullies, Randall Stevens.
We put together a short compilation of news coverage surrounding this altercation. I'd say viewer discretion is advised, but if you're watching this show, you're probably a little dead inside.
Or maybe just looking for proof that things aren't always as they seem. Let's roll the clip.
Last night, a grisly attack on a
13-year-old boy, Jeffrey Woods.
New to his neighborhood and bullied at his school by 3 bullies.
He's just a timid boy and he's quiet, and he's been targeted by these horrible acts of bullying and harassment.
I look over and there's just like flames out of nowhere, like 8-foot tall flames at least.
It was moving too. I don't know. The person was on fire, I think. Like all I could hear was screams.
The smell, chemicals, burnt hair.
Tonight, another physical altercation occurred at a party in South Alberdane, Florida, ending in the alleged murder of one Randall Stevens.
Eyewitnesses claim that Jeffrey Woods was in attendance of this house party and attacked Stevens before being set aflame by who eyewitnesses claim is one Keith Johnson.
He was a weird kid, man, always carrying a knife.
Randall was somewhere over there. Is Randall okay? Has anyone seen Randall?
Yeah, I know Keith. He was probably just defending his friend if he attacked Jeffrey. Like, the guy's a creep. He had it coming to him.
One person, reportedly Woods himself, has been rushed to urgent care.
See what you mean about people being afraid of people. They lit that poor kid on fire.
Poor kid. I agree that lighting him on fire was pretty cruel, but he went to that party with the intent to kill. And he did. Randall's dead. Maybe he was a bully, but did he really deserve to get stabbed to death?
Okay, just imagine you're Jeff for a second. Getting bullied every day and nobody does anything about it. Every time you stand up for yourself, you just get in trouble. You can't talk to anyone about it and nobody ever cares about your side. Even in those news clips, they're not talking about Jeff, they just care about those bullies, Randall and whoever. You gotta think about what that does to someone. Whether your classmates don't even care about you after you've been nearly burnt to death. It was only a matter of time before he lashed out.
I see what you're saying, but I think there has to be something broken in someone. To go to a party, knife in hand, planning and plotting to kill your classmate. If Keith hadn't stepped in, 2 more kids would be dead. Like, I don't condone lighting a fucking kid on fire, but maybe Keith was just using whatever he could find around him to put the killing spree to an end.
Why would lighting him on fire be the first thought? They could have dragged him out of the house, beat him up since they love violence so much. Maybe Jeff did kill Randall, but those kids had it coming. A kid like that would not do something like that for no reason. They pushed him to that point. All he wanted was for someone to see him as more than just a freak. Now he is literally just Jeff the Killer.
Yeah, but Eli, we were freaks too. Remember back in high school? And it wasn't just a trio after us. It was the whole school. We were able to move past it. Look, I'm not saying that there isn't a reason Jeff is the way he is. Maybe he had a rough upbringing or something. But it is pretty significant to take that leap from freak to killer just by your own decisions.
Well, I don't know how Jeff was with his parents, but he seemed pretty close to his brother Lou. Something tells me that after he got arrested, he was just kind of by himself. Maybe he had a rough past, but his brother being gone definitely made that happen faster.
I could see that. Lou might have been the only thing standing between Jeff and complete madness, kind of like a voice of reason. It seems that it was a real turning point for Jeff, losing Lou to prison. Do you think if Lou were still by his side, Jeff wouldn't have gone to that party that night to kill those bullies?
Honestly, I think so. He could have talked him out of it or something. I just can't imagine what he's thinking now, though. He tried to get his brother out of trouble, and it only got worse. Do you think he regrets it?
Probably, yeah. I think he just wanted to be a good brother to Jeff, and he didn't expect to get canned for it. But things shouldn't have escalated that far in the first place. If the bullying had been going on for a while, why didn't the parents do something about it? Maybe switch him to a different school or something.
I don't know. Kids lie to their parents all the time. They don't really tell them everything. He probably kept it a secret. You know who did know? Lou, probably. Which is why he took the blame. Either way, there's nothing we can really do about it now. That school needs to be investigated or something, though. Like, oh my god. Letting something like that go for so long?
Amen to that. You never really can trust the school system, can you? I mean, just look at us.
I made it out just fine. You?
I managed to not get brainwashed.
Right. Well, agree to disagree. Brainwashing to you is straight A's for me.
And where did that get you in life?
Right here, hosting our show, and you're my assistant.
Oh, please. Whose idea was it again to start this thing? Your ass was sitting on the couch, watching horror movies all day and calling me every night because you were too scared to fall asleep.
What I was doing was research, but I'll admit, you were a little helpful in coming up with the idea.
Ah, so it was research. Well, while you were doing that research, the real horror was happening right outside your window.
Honestly, that might be true. I feel like the movies would be better than our next clip.
We discovered some footage that's never been seen before from the Jeff case. It's a cell phone recording that was kept in police evidence all this time until they were recently hacked.
After that, we'll have a guest who I think could give us a little more context about it. Let's roll the clip.
But before we do, I just want to say viewer discretion is advised, because I think it's actually warranted this time around.
Jeff, baby, are you okay, honey?
I had to stop smiling. My mouth got sore, but now I can smile forever.
Jeff, turn around, please.
I can see everything now. Aren't I handsome, Mommy?
I need to go talk to your dad, baby. Just one moment.
Peter, wake up. Jeff's hurt. And he's acting really funny.
Peter. Jeff?
You said I was handsome, Mommy. Lie! Go to sleep! Go to sleep! Go to sleep! Go to sleep! Go to sleep!
For those of you who are still with us, we're joined by Jeff's brother, Lou, who agreed to come on the show and give us some more insight into the things that we just witnessed.
Thank you so much for coming onto the show, Lou. We're really sorry that this happened to you. How have you been coping?
Well enough. Honestly, I wasn't sure if I was going to come on here, but I figured that getting Jeff's story out there was the most important thing for me right now.
I think so too. From all those years of knowing Jeff, did you ever see him display any violent or aggressive behavior at home?
Never. He wasn't a violent kid. He didn't go around picking fights. In fact, he tried to stay out of trouble. And when he would do something that he's not supposed to, he always had a good reason for it. This time was no different. I'm sure those kids went too far.
Yeah, but, you know, where did he learn to fight like that? When Randall and those other bullies came at him, with a knife no less, he took them all down, no problem. Sent one of them to the hospital. Where does a non-violent kid learn those kinds of moves?
I taught him. I needed to make sure he'd be able to handle himself.
Exactly. You couldn't just let those kids mess with him and not do something, right?
Right.
Well, did your parents ever do anything about the bullying?
Or did Jeff just, like, keep it from them?
Well, my parents weren't really around too much while this whole thing was going on. The reason we moved to Aubersdale is because we needed somewhere cheap to live, and they were always at work. You know, they'd leave early and get home late. It was a lot of work trying to keep things grounded at the house, and I don't think Jeff wanted to make that harder for them.
So he came to you when things got difficult. You two must have been really close.
Well, we were until I got locked up. When I was in there, I used to write to him every day, but I never heard back. My mom started taking less shifts so she could be with him, and he eventually stopped talking to her too.
Why do you think he never wrote back?
I just don't think anyone could reach him at the time.
And that's when he...
Yeah.
Well, what do you think drove him to such a dark place? I mean, up to this point, he'd been a pretty clean kid. He defended himself when those guys came after him, but he never started anything on his own.
Well, I feel like all that isolation would make anyone go crazy, right?
He wasn't crazy.
Right. That's not what I mean.
But he did have a knife on him
Yeah,
at
well,
that party.
Nobody knows what happened at that party, okay? And I'm sure it was that son of a bitch who started it.
Well, you're probably right, but don't you think killing him was just a little much?
And lighting him on fire wasn't?
Well, I know, but, you know, that only happened because Jeff killed Randall.
And then his friends came in and did something awful. But we're just talking about actions and reactions here, however excessive some of them may be. The underlying issue is that Jeff went to that party to kill Randall and those other kids, even after they paid their dues.
Paid their dues? He beat them up once. They were pushing him around for weeks.
And now, one of them is dead.
Yeah, well, when you push someone around that hard, sometimes they cease to function.
Well, they certainly did afterwards.
Bye.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, did you not see what was in that footage?
That footage shouldn't have been seen by anyone. It's unbelievable that someone would see that and decide to share that with everyone. All it does is make him seem like he's more violent than he is. especially when people like you use him for your stupid TV show.
Okay, well, it's not like we leaked the footage or anything. We just want to get to the bottom of this too.
Right, and I'm sure bringing me here and showing me that video helps with that.
That video wasn't for you. It was for our viewers so they can know the truth.
How would you feel if I took the worst day of your life and I showed it to everyone so they could lose their minds at it?
Well, when everyone is in danger of a killer showing up at the doorstep, I think that they have the right to know.
How noble. Listen, Jeff isn't some rabid animal going around hurting people. He made some bad decisions, and he's probably just scared. He doesn't know what they're gonna do if they catch him.
Bad decisions? Look, I get that he's your brother, and you feel the need to defend him, but he did kill your parents.
No. No, he was taking a lot of medication. He wasn't in his right mind.
Right.
Do you have any idea where he could be now?
See that? It says, Mommy and Daddy aren't dead, they're asleep.
User 23416? That's not funny, dude.
What is this?
You see? This is what I was telling you was gonna happen. There are all these people now running around pretending to be my brother.
There's another. You don't have to go to sleep, Lou. I've got so much to tell you.
This is your fault. You guys did this, and you guys encouraged this with your stupid fucking TV show.
Is this?
Maybe Lizzie Boo will talk to me. She's always up so late.
What was that?
Do you think it was actually Jeff?
I mean, maybe. Why did Lou act like that?
He just got up and took off like it was some kind of emergency. Eli, I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, I think we need to check on him after we wrap.
Right. Yeah, well, this was certainly an eventful first episode. We hope you learned something about the case of Jeffrey Woods.
Next week's episode will be a little more...
Joyful?
Professional.
Yeah, I guess we don't really do joyful around here.
Stay safe out there, guys.